of diamonds, all things diamond painting. Square around, I'm glad you are around. Grab your plate, grab your wax, get ready to sit back and relax. Don't see you're single, whatever your niche. Here is your host, a guy named Rich.
Well, hello everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome on in. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. It's Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in Chicagoland. It is 68 degrees. However, I got my flu vaccine and my COVID vaccine yesterday, trying to get prepared for the cruise and airline air, everything like that. So I am hot right now because I am running a fever and sore Sunday because my arm is so sore right now. But I am bound and determined to sit here and do some diamond painting today, despite the fact that it's been a pretty nappy Sunday. Sammy's around here somewhere. We've been napping. Although I did just get on his crap list though, because I went and we were napping, and I got up and he was still sleeping, and I went and sat on the front porch, and that was a no-no. I sat on the front porch without him, and at some point I just turned around and I see this over the storm door. You know, like the storm door has like metal or whatever, and then there's the window, and he's just looking at me very, very, very disappointed and angry. So let's see who is here today. Cindy Bennett, hello, welcome on in. Hope you are doing well and still staying cool. Cindy, what does fall and winter do out where you're at? Like, what's the average temperature like over the winter? Just curious. Like, I don't know. I've been trying to figure out the best place. I'm thinking of moving, and I'm trying to think of the best place to move. And because last week, it got to 40s, 50s here at night, and then like 60s during the day. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was freezing cold. I think between thyroid issues and stuff, oh my gosh, I was miserable. So I'm like, I have to go somewhere warmer. So Florida is sort of out. Anywhere that's really humid is sort of out. And then, of course, there's the dry heat in the desert. But then I was looking at like Aruba, Turks and Caicos, and somewhere else. It's humid, but they have trade winds. So it's less humid than the rest of the Caribbean. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the best place. And then I'm like, let's just go up north and stay inside all the time. I don't know. Osbear, hello, welcome on in. Carol, welcome on in. Neighbor, hope you are doing well. Artemis, hello. Artemis is working on her school stuff, but then she's giving me interesting suggestions for my cruise. So you go, girl. I'll have to try and make you proud as much as I can. Hey, Muttnut, everyone here resting and listening, not feeling good to the rainy weather today in Maryland. Got a bad headache. I'm sorry to hear that. I would love to send you some of the sunshine and beautiful skies that we have here. And hello, welcome on in. There's Melanie. Hello. Eve, greetings, Professor. Thank you. Welcome on in, Eve. Hope you are doing well. Eve had a successful diamond painting, recruiting session out in Montana. Was it Billings, Montana? I don't know why they would have anything in Montana. It seems quite desolate. But she went out there and had a class for some folks on diamond painting, and she had a couple converts, is what I understand. Matt, hello, welcome on in. Let's see. Did the flu shot and shingles at the same time? And okay, so I did the shingles earlier this year, and I don't think that one was bad. And I've gotten the flu shot before. It seems to be the COVID one that really knocks me on my butt a little bit, because every time I've gotten a COVID one, it's knocked me on my butt. But like I was telling everybody, or some folks in a chat earlier, we're for the month of September or October, we're reading the book The Shining, and we were talking. We got off tangent, and I said, especially with cruise lines, and airplanes more, because I think the air in an airplane is just disgusting. So I always have that little fan thing blowing right on me, so that if someone's coughing, it's like sort of getting away from me and stuff. But I thought, I better get these just so that I don't want to get on the cruise ship and then get sick. And the norovirus, I know that there was a outbreak on one of the ships. The norovirus, I think I pretty much have taken care of, because I take oil of oregano and that goes through your digestive system. So I think I'm good with that. I take oil of oregano also for everything else. But on a cruise ship, at least the last time I knew, if you get sick, they quarantine you, but they move you from your room to another room. And the last time, not the last time I was on a ship, but usually that is on the deck that has, like when I've been on the casino, so like maybe 5 or 6. So you're like at water level. It's not a balcony room. It's an interior room or like a window room. And I'm just not doing that. Like, I don't want to leave my balcony room. If I were to get sick and they left me in my balcony room, I would be perfectly fine. I can sit on a balcony for 7 days. I have no problem with that. I would just want them to deliver alcoholic beverages, because, alcohol kills stuff too. Let's see. Marty, welcome on in. Thank you for feeling better. It does feel very nappy outside today. Yes, it does, Matt. Matt, where are you at? I don't think I've known. I know that. Just curious. Yeah, Sammy. I got an update on Sammy. Hello, Michelle Morris Campbell. Welcome on in. Low 50s here today, says Melanie. Yeah, I think I would be freezing. Sarah, welcome on in. 57 and a nor'easter here. Oh, that's right. I was reading that you guys were going to get a nor'easter. So that must be what Muttnut is getting too. Melanie says transitions between seasons are rough. And maybe, maybe I will temper into the colder temperatures. But even I remember last year, it was like I was constantly heated blanket at night, hoodies and sweatpants during the day with a space heater and everything. So it's just, I don't know. Let's see. Cindy, it's great here. It's snowed only twice in 23 years. It'd be a bit cool in the winter. What is a bit cool? 70? Like 80? The deepest of those 2 times was almost 2 feet. Wow. Eve says, Great Falls, Montana. Todd, diamond painting is a wellness tool, symposium for wellness recovery action plan. It was very well received. And that is amazing. I'm glad that you were able to go do that. Glad, from what I hear, you had a nice time at the symposium. I hope you're feeling better. Lexi, because she was completely pooped. Lexi says, hello, Rich, everyone in chat. Hello, welcome on in. Pittsburgh. Okay, Matt. Let's see. Hey, Tammy, who was tearing up the dance floor last night at her niece's wedding, and she looked absolutely gorgeous. If you know Tammy, ask her to share some pictures. Maybe she'll do that on her live. I don't know. But she had her hair did. She was all sparkly. Yeah. Marty says, I'm in Northern California, 40 minutes from Oregon. Okay, so you're out by Mel a little bit. Mel's in Washington. Many years ago, I got notorious norovirus, I'm assuming, a cruise, and had the option of quarantine to my cabin or getting off in the next port and flying back to Florida. I took the option to leave. Wow, I can't imagine getting sick with norovirus and then having to fly. That, I don't know. Hi, Joe. Welcome on in. Linda, hello. The average is around the 40s. Wow, that is cold. Okay, Cindy. Prove me wrong. I don't know if it'll help, but using Vaseline on your body or something like that helps you warm. That's not, if anyone else, Artemis, I would think that would really be a constructive tip. But for me, for you, it just feels a little sus. Let's see. Cindy says that's only during the night. During the day, she usually leaves her door open. Yeah, I love having my doors and windows open at this time of year, especially since you start smelling like people are starting their fireplaces, and someone in the neighborhood has a wood burning fireplace, and it just smells absolutely beautiful. Artemis says she's serious. Mm-hmm. Melly says she has no cred. Artemis has no cred. Actually, she has cred. It's just cred. That's all I have to say about that. So yeah, so I'm feeling slightly under the weather, but I'm glad to have gotten it done. I'm also glad to have tomorrow off. Tomorrow here in the States is Columbus Day. In Canada, it is Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to anyone in Canada. In the US, it's Columbus Day, or more recently known as Indigenous People Day. So I have off. I'm very excited about that. I was going to do my typical late night diamond painting session, but I'm not just feeling up to that. So I may be in Discord somewhere. For some of you who hang out in Discord, I may be there for a little bit. So Artemis, I have the wrong type of cred. Absolutely, especially with that breeze in the hair story from the chat. I hear margaritas were flowing, and so was Tammy. She said she was drinking. Tammy says she's going to stay as long as she can. I'm going to have to lie back down again. I was going to ask you how you were feeling, because I know you were dreading, which is so sad. You're going to your niece, who's pretty much like a daughter. You're going to her wedding, and you're sort of dreading it because you know it's going to take you out, and that just sucks. So maybe you need to continue drinking. I don't know. So what else? So let's see. So Tammy update. Yes, I was flowing, says Tammy. Was margaritas flowing, or you were flowing, or were you flowing with the margaritas? Either way, I'm glad you had a good time. Sammy update. So we went to the specialty vet on Friday, and he got a clean bill of health on all numbers except for one. The vet was even very excited at how his hair has grown back. He was losing his hair. The working theory is because his thyroid was way out of whack, and but it was also the lowest priority thing because he had health or life threatening things going on that we're trying to fix. So we think we finally have his thyroid back in line. His hair is growing back. The only number that was bad was that he still has a high level of protein in his urine, which he's on a low protein diet, which there's like the specialty vet says low protein. My holistic vet says he should eat protein because he's losing protein. So I sort of meet in the middle as I do a low protein food, but then I put like protein on it. I won't tell you what it is because it may gross some people out, but I put protein on it. So, so we're going to, they want to follow up again, actually the week I'm on my cruise. So I'm going to probably go the day before I leave. I'm going to take a urine sample up there and drop it off and see what they have to say. How it would be remedied right now is he's on a blood pressure medication that somehow fixes this issue, and he's on a quarter pill a week or a day. We'll probably go up to a half a pill and see how he does there. But the guy is he is just hilarious. We went up there. He wanted the window open the entire time, but I'm flying up 294 at like 80 miles an hour. I'm trying to explain to him that that's not going to work. We got there, and his eyesight is really bad, but he's looking at the tech. It's the same tech every time, and she's coming up. And she's like, "Hey, Sammy," and he's looking at her, and then she's like, "Come on, let's go." And he just gets up and follows her. I mean, he would follow anybody, I think. But he certainly sort of stick with me. Let's see. Tammy says, I had so much fun, but I'm paying for it. It was worth it, though. Good. Yes, just in time for cold weather. Hair's growing back. I'm excited. You're going to share this crucial information with Tima. She could use some vet advice on shedding hair. Good idea. Good idea. Who knows what she'll start taking for it, though. I mean, I guess I could tell her, like, I give Sammy dehydrated chicken hearts and like freeze-dried fish. Maybe she'll eat that. I don't know. Which is leaps and bounds better than goat dewormer, if you ask me. How does one get a doggy urine sample? Do I even want to know? Well, you put something under there while he's going, and inevitably what Sammy does, he's a leg lifter, so he lifts his leg, but so first of all, to get underneath of him and keep him going is difficult because he'll be like, what the hell are you doing? And he walks off in a huff. So they gave me, it's like a little tray, and I just put it under there, and he pees onto that, and then I pour it into a little container, and that's what I take. I've tried like this ladle on a stick. Is that what you say? Ladle on a stick. I've tried that, and we're missing both ways. I could see that working for a female dog really well, but not for a boy. So yeah, that's how we do that. But inevitably, I always try and take it starting the day before, because inevitably he ruins it by bringing his foot down. He steps in it. And one time I brought it there, and they're just like, we can't use this. There's like dirt and everything in it. And they're like, it's contaminated, come back. But I rather go through all of that, because what I found out was, and it wasn't this vet, it was another vet that I don't go to anymore. I guess they can take a urine sample through a needle inserted into the bladder. And I think they did that to him one time, because he came out from the back completely shell-shocked. And I was like, I was interested. Like, I'm like, you got urine? And they're like, yeah. He had peed on the way in. He can always pee, but it's not enough sometimes to really produce a sample. And I looked, and there was a little pinprick on it, prick on his belly area. And I thought, ooh, did they really do that? I don't want them to do that. So I always start the day ahead of time to get to make sure that I can get it in the most humane way possible. Go, Sammy. So you think it's the muscles and stuff, or the chiro that's happening? So he has not had vertigo at all. And he also hasn't been back to the chiro, not on purpose. I thought I had an appointment, but then I didn't. So by the time I would get back in, it's going to be on the cruise. So I'm going to go when I come back. I'm going to take him. But for that, I mean, chiropractic was the only thing that we did after like he was having his issues. So maybe, or maybe it just went away, because some dogs will get it just for a little bit, they get it for longer, whatever. So I don't know. I'm just glad, because that is scary. That was scary. Absolutely. Exactly how you think, actually, carefully, or not so carefully. I mean, you get a little something. Hey, Shay. Shay was so nice. I got a message from her on Instagram today. It just said hi. And I said, hey, what's up? And she said, I was just thinking about you. And I thought that was nice. It's nice to know people are thinking about you. So thank you, Shay. That made me feel better. Matt, she's eating frozen butter cubes now. So, okay. Can you no. Yeah, no. Everyone's saying hi to Shay. Crash, stop thinking of cows. Nice. Oh, Shay, Sir Rich, Queen Shay, Empress. What do you want to be? I don't know. I can just imagine driving by someone doing that and thinking, what the actual F? Yeah, I usually do it. I have to put him on a leash, so he stays by me. But I have been known to do it in the front yard, and people are probably like, what the hell is going on? The neighbors probably love it. But yeah, needle is easier. But Mel, that doesn't sound very fun, so I don't want that to happen. Brenda Mama B Diamond Drilling, hello, welcome on in. Gail, welcome, hello. Thanos squats to pee. He's my giant girly doggo. Yeah, Sammy is a leg lifter. He will like not lift his leg every once in a while, but the other day I found him, instead of like let me do with this arm that doesn't hurt, instead of lifting the leg out this way, he like put it straight back, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's peeing, and then he just, okay, I'm done. So I don't know what the heck he was doing. Yeah. Let's see. Crash says, I can never get those messages from Shay. I can tell who her favorite is. Oh, did I just get Shay in trouble? Sorry, Crash. But wait, no, you don't deserve them, because I send you videos that make me think of you all through the week. That is my love language, and you don't respond, or you're like ill gross or something. So you don't deserve it. How's that? Sarah and Creations, hello, welcome on in. Welcome. Queen Schubert, there we go. Hey, Kristen, Whiskey Witch, welcome in. Kristen, Kristen, so Kristen, Whiskey Witch is Kristen, and she does like bourbon tasting and stuff like that. She posted a picture the other day that really like seriously could be a diamond painting, because it was like her fireplace, and it was like there's dark wood or stone or something around it, fireplace, so the flame is really stands out, and she's got a glass with a dram of bourbon in it, and I was just like, that looks so cozy. So I've been reading on the internet what a good beginner bourbon is, because I've had bourbon and mixed drinks, which they say is the best way to sort of start. What's a good beginning bourbon for me to try? What I've seen so far is Four Roses, but I don't know if that's good or not. So I want to hear it from the expert here. Hi, Kat, Sparkles and Diamonds, welcome on in. Sparkle Dust, or Kat, I hope you got my email back. I'm sending you, I forgot what image it was, but I got it in the mystery kit, and you said you wanted it. So that's what's coming to you. And Kat, I hope you're feeling better too, because I know you were a little under the weather there for a little bit. Let's see. Hi, Kat. People are saying, I've known her a million years, says Crashly. But like I'm more impactful. Like, you met me, you spent time with me, and I send you videos. So hey, Correctly says, because there's always something pooping or something that looks like poop. It makes me think of you. Let's see. People are saying hi to Ari. It was a one-off. Oh, thanks, Shay. That was the last time she should think of me. See, thank you, Crashly. You ruined it now. Poop message is the ultimate expressions of love, Crashly. Thank you, Lexi. Lexi, do you want to be my friend? Do you want me to send you poop videos? Because I find good poop videos. My goal, if you give me your social media contact or phone number, my goal is to jack with your algorithm so much that you just stop getting whatever you would normally get. That's my goal, and I usually succeed. So I mean, if Crashly doesn't appreciate it, there's Lexi. That's all I'm saying. Matt says, my girl dogs lift their legs sometime, also hump the other girl dog, and boy dogs and cats, stuffed animals. Dogs are easily confused. They are. Joe says, Woodford Reserve. Interesting. Make yourself an old fashioned. I do like an old fashioned. What I call baby bourbon is Angel's Envy. I'm writing this down. Angel's Envy. I will check both of those out. I think normally in like my old fashions, I've been using Buffalo Trace was the most recent one, but yeah. Jeanette, hello. Hey, Kristen, she says, and she made it to Riches Live. Well, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Let's see, Lexi, I know where to message you. Just remember, I love you, and you asked for this. Nice, Crashly, nice. Everyone's feeling rough today. Yes. Come on, everybody. I need a good whiskey to gift my son, along with personalized decanter and glasses. He'll be 40 on Thursday. Nice, Kat. That would be a very nice gift. By the way, Schuber is Shea Uber. Oh, yes, Schuber. I get it. Joe says she likes that one as well. I'm going to try both of those. Lexi says, I thought you would never ask, Rich. All right. Kiss your algorithm goodbye. That's all I'm saying. Kat says, but no, I'm getting at canvas makes me happy. Good. Rich and Crash both officially have worse cred than me now, says Artemis. No, not after that comment earlier today. So we're talking cruise, and Artemis said that I should hang loose a little bit and have fun as a single person on a cruise ship. And she said something about standing on the outside with the wind blowing in hair in the no-no square. Yeah. Melanie says, my algorithm is trash because of Rich. Trash, or is it priceless? Where can I download the Schuber app, Shay? Exactly. Sydney, all this talk makes me very glad I have a cat. Nice. I was a bourbon drinker in the bad old days, way before it was cool. Yeah, that is typically not seen as a chick drink, right? But Michelle says it's an interesting goal, but good luck. I think Crash probably does a good job of messing with her own algorithm. I don't know. I think there's definitely some work to do on that. Christopher, you are trendsetter Eve, but you see the light. Yes. Actually, that gives me an idea of something I want to talk about here. I have loving crazified many an algorithm. It's a love language. It is. It totally is. Isn't Woodford a whiskey? I believe so. Yes. Whiskey, which Kristen says she has standalone speakeasy here. 500 open bottles of bourbon. Needless to say, the neighbors love us. Nice. And she hardly ever drinks. But how fantastic is it just on like that cold, it was a cold day. I think you said that would just be the ultimate warm up. Joe says, my favorite now is a smoked old fashioned. So yummy. You know what else is really good? A tequila old fashioned. There's this place in Florida that We go to before, like the night before our cruises when we get in. It's in Fort Lauderdale, and we'll probably get there even though we're going out of Miami. It's called Rocco's Tacos, and the food is good. The salsa is amazing, and the drinks are so good. And they have like a wall of tequila, and I do like myself some tequila. And they have an tequila old fashioned that has um, orange and chocolate bitters in it, and it is quite good, very quite good. No hair, but you have the wig, Rich. Would that be a merkin? You talking about a merkin? I don't have one of those. Berta is never riding with Rich again. She'll call us Schuber. You know, that whole thing. I don't know how they drive in Alaska, but all I did was I did nothing that you would not see on the Eisenhower heading into the city. Let's see. Woodford is a bourbon. All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. Right. And that's not confusing whatsoever. Here in the No-No Square, I'm dead, says Melanie. Well, that's what it was. Not exactly a trendsetter, falling off of bar stools in dive bars in our nation's capital. But you don't do that anymore, and that's what's important. I'm going to have to use hair in the No-No Square. Do that in your writing. I forgot to show you my son's Miku costume. Talk about a freaking wig. You'll have to show us that. So here's all this bourbon talk. Let me tell you something. So I've been seeing all of these clips on in like YouTube shorts and on TikTok maybe of the show Yellowstone. And it always seemed to be one of the scenes in which Beth was annihilating someone with words, with whatever. And I thought, this looks like a bad bitch. I want to watch the show. How many of you seen the show? The first 30 seconds of the show, there's the shooting of a horse, and then there was like there was a meth lab blew up, and there was a hurt dog, and then something else happened with the dog, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could watch this. Not to mention the fact that it was just like they kill people like it's, I mean, is this really what it's like in Montana? I mean, they just kill people at the drop of a hat. And I had to stop it at one point. There was like some guys, I think they were from a meth lab or something, because they were in like respirators and stuff, but they were in a van. They were kidnapping a girl, and this guy goes after them. Well, he gets the one guy, another guy gets out of the van, he starts running. So he's running after him. He does like the whole lasso thing, which was cool. Catches him by his foot as he's running, and the guy goes down on a rock and just like bashes his head in. And I thought, I need to stop this right now. That show is violent and it's crazy. But I still want to watch it because I want to find out what happens. But it's just like, I don't know if I can go there. Let's see. Sore Sunday is me. I'm recovering from, says Jeanette. I'm recovering from a neck and shoulder injury. Makes DPing a problem. Yeah. You know, Jeanette, one of my biggest nightmares, worries, is that someday I'm going to hurt myself in some way, shape, or form that I can't sit down and diamond paint. Like I think about a number of years ago when I had 2 bowel surgeries in rapid succession, and I was home for 13 weeks. It was before I had Sammy, and it was before I was really into diamond painting. And I was bored. I was sleeping a lot because I wasn't feeling great. I mean, giving myself, I remember every day at 11 a.m. was the time that I had to give myself my intravenous antibiotics. And that was exciting for me because I was so bored. I would have loved to, number one, have Sammy at that point because I'm home for 13 weeks. I could spend 13 weeks with my buddy and I could diamond paint. So like I've had, so both of my shoulders are really messed up. They say it's impingement syndrome, but I think it's something worse. Something happened and I got like this big knot in the back of my shoulder, my left shoulder, and it was hurting. So I've been not diamond painting as much, but last night it seemed to went away, and I'm wondering if it just this hurts so much now from the vaccines that I'm just not paying attention enough to there. But yeah, I couldn't imagine being uncomfortable when diamond painting and not wanting to diamond paint. I swear I watch a lot of DIYs and tons of carpet cleaning videos. Oh, those carpet cleaning videos, those are good, aren't they? Where the hell do they get those carpets? Like, that is disgusting. Carpet cleaning videos, earwax videos, ingrown toenail videos. I think we've talked about this, and then pimple popper videos. Yes. Potato, Eve. Depends on the crown you want, on your crown you want to trend. Yes. Kat says her son is a connoisseur. Nice. I've gotten him Woodford before. Nice. Gail Pierce says, now I can't get the No Square song out of my head, right? There is a song. Is that a question, Artemis? Like, do you want me to break out in that song, or do you know the song? Woodford Reserve is wonderful. Would definitely recommend as a gift. Good to know. Rye whiskey, fresh lime juice, and agave syrup. Okay. All right. I collect all the Derby bottles. Nice. Tequila used to make my clothes fall off. That's a song. I used to have, I sort of still have this theory that whatever your first alcohol is, you don't get drunk and or sick on it. So my first was tequila. Why, I don't know, but that's what a friend of mine who was older in high school, actually his older brother, bought stuff for a party, and he bought me like a margarita, tequila and margarita mix, right? And that was my first alcohol. And to this day, I do not get blotto or sick drinking tequila. Vodka, yes. Rum, yes. Beer, yes. So I don't know. It's just a theory that I have. I don't know. Artemis says, are Merkins on the table now? Well, if you're not wearing it, you got to put it somewhere, right? Nice mention about Merkin. I worked at, is that a bingo space? Is that a bingo card space? A Merkin? Somebody says Merkin. I like the Frangelico liqueur. That is really good. Now I must have a tequila old fashioned on my list to make tomorrow. Yeah, that is really good. On the way home, Mom almost killed us 3 times. She even drank. I could have driven better. Well, according to Berta, I guess she's the only one that can drive. Sparkle is Diamond says she loves Yellowstone. Whiskey Witch Weller, Yellowstone. Good show. Absolutely love Beth. Yeah, I really like, there's a spirit animal there, and I'm trying to get into it a little bit more. My sister-in-law told me not to watch the show. She knew I would not like it. It's his show. It's rough. It is absolutely rough. But it was popular, so it's got to be. Jeanette says I've watched a couple seasons. I will say it's absolutely beautiful. The setting, the scenery is absolutely beautiful. I read that it's filmed on an actual ranch, but it's Chief Joseph Ranch or something. It's like an Indian reservation ranch or something. It seems quite interesting. Beth is bad bitch. She's always getting her ass kicked, always a mess. She is. Just this far, she drinks and smokes like a, I don't know what. So unhinged, but so good. All right, well, I'll have to try and give it. I think I have to pace it though. I think I have to pace it. They take them to the train station, and I think that may have been the last episode I watched. I went, damn. Yeah. Meth. Yes, there was a meth lab that was blown up and stuff. That was a bad guy. It is addictive. Okay. If I didn't have diamond painting, I would have lost my mind when I was out of work for 4 weeks with shingles. 6 weeks. I agree. Like I just, you know, and luckily, Eve, you were able to diamond paint, even though I think it was sort of hindering you a little bit, but like I couldn't not diamond paint. You said I love all of the videos. Yes. Michelle said I love Yellowstone. It does deal with a lot of social issues, and in my opinion, Beth does all the things that are socially allowed for men. That is the paradox question of gender roles and actions. Yes. Yes and no. Like I think, like as far now, I've only saw a handful of episodes so far. Like I think that she uses words much better than men ever would, because with men it would just become physical too quickly. When she does, I think it was at the first episode that she goes walking into the boardroom and she tells that guy, like, with all the financial lingo and stuff like that. That was amazing. That was amazing. And then when she reads people at the bar, that is hilarious. Hilarious. I think a lot of carpet loss comes from floods and mudslides. It has to. They're the carpets from the guy who makes the mud houses. Yes. Oh my God, so rigged with those carpets, can't help it. Yeah, I don't know. Question, sing it, never heard it. I'm not sure what that is. Lexi says, how about that one alcohol that made you so sick you never drink it again? I'm going to tell you right now, that's probably a rum punch. Like, I don't know what it is about rum punch. And rum I will have, but it's not my go-to anymore. Like, rum punch took me out one time in the Keys, in the Florida Keys. Yeah. Yeah. Tequila took me this long to like again. Jose Cuervo is not a tequila. It's gas. It's gasoline. It's definitely whatever. Man, I forgot the name of it. Whatever they make this tequila old fashioned with, I bought, and it was pricey, but damn, it's good. It's good. Uh, Beth has reasons. She does. Oh, the producer got it. Yellowstone style is rough. I'll stick with my Dexter. Dexter is not any better. That guy's chopping people up. She can annihilate anyone with her words. Yes, she can. Mezcal is my go-to now. I've never tried that. I'll have to try that when we go to Rocco's Tacos' site. I think they have that on the menu. I'm going to have to try that. Everclear was my never again, like turpentine. Okay, remember Ecto Cooler? We were mixing that with like cherry Everclear or something one night. That was not fun time. Anyway, so Yellowstone, yeah. So Yellowstone, I guess I will get back into that a little bit again. So how did everybody do with the Halloween release? Watching people online losing their mind in some of the groups and stuff like that. I was underwhelmed. And this is my opinion. If I saw one more cutesy ghost, I was going to puke. The only thing that, and it's like if this was the line of my taste, like this is not my taste, this is my taste. It is like right here was the one that I got. I only got one, was the Sarah Richter mystery, because I like Sarah Richter, and I did see the image, and it's right on that line of cutesy versus not cutesy. But that's good because I'm saving up. I need gambling money for the cruise ship, so I'm trying not to spend. Lexi says I miss Ecto Cooler. So do I. Hit the button. Bye, Tammy. I hope you feel better. Maybe we'll see you later. Cindy only got one. Good. Whiskey Witch says about one was underwhelmed. Everclear, I think they didn't start enjoying beverages till enough to avoid the rough stuff. Well, when you're coming home, we can make sure you make up for some time. Can do sweet whiskey like stuff, SoCo, Yukon Jack. Yes. Bought two, says Jeanette. They got me real good with the Halloween release, not going to lie. Cutesy ghost fan here. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You had plenty to choose from then. Melanie says the Halloween drop saved me a ton of money. It was also, it was giving me last Black Friday, because last Black Friday didn't excite me as much as the Black Friday before. So I'm hoping they got that out of their system, and I can use my cards to purchase Black Friday stuffs. Got me cozy autumn, and she's happy, says Crashly. Good, I'm glad. Matt says most part I'm over the witches too. I need a variety. Yeah, it's like almost like I don't care for Ennis, but when I look at a piece and I go, Ennis, thank you for giving us some variety of something that's not cutesy. Thank you. You know, and not that I want like blood and gore or anything, but I just want something creepy, a little different, whatnot. Artemis says she bought nada. Got 5, decorate with ghosts, so right up my alley. Well, that's good. That would definitely be a theme. Someone asked me, who was it? It was Melanie. Was it the D-Stash auction that Crashly had last night? Well, she asked me if I was a Santa whore, and I said, yes, I'm a Santa whore. I used to decorate with Santas. I would put the tree up. Everything on the tree was Santas, but I would always go like the day after Christmas, go to like Michael's and at the time Frank's Arts and Crafts and all those places, and they had Santas that were beautiful fabrics, and some of them were ceramic faces and hands and stuff like that. They would just have beautiful hats. They would have greenery and things sticking out and whatever. I had probably about 50 of those, and I would put them along the tree and then along the wall and stuff like that, with lights and snow and trees. And I had a sled. I found a sled one time. So I'm totally for going for a theme with the decorations, and ghosts are absolutely fine with me. I think I usually do pumpkins when I would decorate for Halloween. I would do pumpkins. You did get one bite on a D-Stash. Okay, nice. Whiskey Witch, I'm over the witches right now too, because of course Kristen did all of the witches for Witch event, and then she did Holiday Witches, which I do love the juxtaposition of it's sort of like the Nightmare Before Christmas, that you got the Halloween encroaching on the Christmas and stuff like that. I do like that. But it's been witch season all year. It does seem like they do have a lot of witches. And I get it. If that's what sells, that's what sells. Obviously there's a market for it, but give us a little something else. Sparkle says she got the Ennis. Okay. No Christopher Lavelle, right? That would have been amazing. Hi, Robin, just popping in. Welcome on in. Also one for Pop-Up Mystery 89. Anyone know what it is? I can't figure it out. Is that the other one? It was like a S name or something. I saw the image. It didn't appeal to me, but it's out there. If you go into the DAC mystery, there's several guesses, and one of them turned out to be right, but I'm sure someone can send it to you. Melanie probably has it. She could probably send it to you. Crashly said, I'm not a big Santa fan. I always feel like he's looking at me and judging me. He is, Crashly. Are you naughty or nice? And we know what list you always fell on. She's obsessed with Garland, though. Like, I can't get enough of it. Nice. Cheryl Bradley, hi. Always late. Good to be here. Well, you're always welcome in. And there's never anybody that's late. Matt says, I can't do super dark and drab all the time either, but I was hoping for something going back a bit to when they did more dark stuff for Halloween. Yes, I agree. He said greenery and things sticking out. Yes, but not that. Under the Scorpio spell, Kettner, Witchy Woman, Kanya. I'm assuming that's maybe what else you got. all I do for decorations is my holiday wall. And you know what, Cindy, I've stopped decorating because it's just like it's too much work for just me. It's like ridiculous. But I will say that that was like a couple times a year that everything got a deep clean because I would actually move furniture around to get the tree up and stuff like that. So I probably should be doing that more often. Kat, I want to see progress on Witchy Woman. Nice. I like non-Halloween witches. Well, there's plenty of those out there for sure. Let's see, who wants to see the mystery image? So it's out there. Fremke now has my favorite witch apprentice. Nice. So speaking of witches, so I have some progress here. So this is my canvas for Witch. It's called Earth Magic. So I'm assuming this is a witch, but this is where I'm at so far. Extremely confetti heavy. So it's been a slow go, but I am enjoying it. I am making some enhancements with some gold. Anywhere that there's turquoise, there's probably some sparklers in there, and a hexacube in her crown thing. So been working on that. I also, so here's the thing, wanted to ask y'all, you ever get burnout, and not on a specific painting, but just burnout in general? Like I have not been like, ooh, I want a diamond paint, I want a diamond paint, I want a diamond paint. So I thought to myself, I have to do something a little different. And of course, do something different than the 6 whips that I have, right? Because I'm like, well, I'll maybe go back to R2D2, but it's a cross stitch conversion. I want something light and stuff like that. So I got out another, the Bella, speaking of ghosts, this is Haunting Music from Bella Art de Nicole. This is the image. And I started that with my Nevermore papers from Creshley. This is an amazing image. And Kerwin's sister did this. But I started doing this, and it was different, but I realized my mistake. Because I was looking at another canvas. I forgot the name of it, but it was like all bright purple, bright orange, and stuff like that. I'm like, that's what I need. I need color. I need some just big color. And that was the mistake, is that I didn't go with that other one with the color. And I think that would sort of snap me out of what I'm working on, or what I'm going through with like this burnout. So I think what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to kit this up. I got this Peggy Collins. What is it called? Mountain of Strength. Yeah, Mountains of Strength. It's the one with the breast cancer ribbon. Not something I would normally do, but my neighbor who watches Sammy and used to watch me as a kid, she has breast cancer now for the 2nd time. And so I thought, and she really loved the one I did for her dog that passed. So I thought I would do this one. So right before this video, I was mapping out what I was thinking of doing was doing the ribbon all in sparklers. So I was writing down numbers and stuff like that. I'm going to check my cheat sheet after this. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that. There's some ABs in there, but I think the sparklers would just make it look a little bit different. But this is hella color and not my color palette whatsoever. But I think that will sort of snap me out because, you know, actually, I think about it. The last time I was in a bit of a rut, I did, I don't even remember the name of it, but it was a Reagan Kubitschek. It was the one with the girl sitting there. She had all these like 80s toys around her and stuff like that. Totally not my jam. I remember the background was yellow, I think. Totally not my jam, but man, I love doing that. And it just got me out of my funk. And I need to get out of the funk because I have a lot of stuff to finish. Let's see. Catching up. Cindy says, you got that ghosty kit. I got all 5 of them. I only got 2 of them. I forgot what the other one I have. I've never done, believe it or not, I've never done a Bella Art Nicole kit before. And I was always told, oh, they're good, they're good, they're good, they're good. Kerwin says, keep people getting burnt out due to turning into a chore instead of relaxing time. Does it feel like a chore? I don't know that it feels like a chore. Does it feel? I don't know. I don't know what my problem is. I mean, I'm stressed out at work, but normally I would turn to diamond painting to help with that. Like I don't know if I told you guys the new thing, but so the last time I went on vacation from work, when I went to GLE, we got news right before I left that we had a new boss and we were moving from, so we were in enterprise fraud management, but the overarching division is the financial crimes unit. We were moving up to the financial crimes unit, could have a new boss. So I came back and the other senior managers has met the new boss. I hadn't met her yet. And my first time meeting her was like in a meeting with everybody. Right before I left to go to Lone Star, we got news that the head of the financial crimes unit is leaving. So that, and the person who's replacing him is from internal, and she's keeping her old job and just sort of taking on this new job. And the concern is that it's duplicative now. She has her governance team and things like that in her other job. So like, are they going to merge us, or are they going to oust one of us? So that's always fun. So I told everyone I work for, I says, look, last week of October, I'm out, and just hold on to your shirt tails, because who the hell knows what's going to happen right before I leave at the end of October. So I don't know, maybe, is it a chore? Maybe. I don't know. Like, what do you guys like? Does it have anything to do with just the fact that I'm like working on stuff that could be drab? I mean, I like the kits that I'm working on. It's just, I want to, I don't know, maybe I'm hoping that this Mountains of Strength helps me out with the bright colors. Very tempted to get some of those mini dots that Kara showed, just to be totally different than anything I've done recently. I did not see which one those were, Matt. But I did find, like I said, with that Reagan Kubitschek, I did find that it totally got me out of my funk, and it's one of my favorite completions. Actually, she also has that line of like the Pooh characters that they all have like a word. I have all of those. I could have probably pulled one of those out, because I did the Eeyore first, and that again it was me, but it was not me. Like the art style wasn't me, but like Eeyore is my guy. Yeah. So I don't know. Kara Sirian, I'm working on a cross stitch, and it's kind of nice because I can't just blow through it super fast. Yeah, and that's the other thing I'm working on. I want to get out. I bought a little cross stitch. I think I showed it to you guys before, the beaded one that I want to try getting into. Lone Star sort of got me back over to the cross stitch side of things, if you will. Kat says, pretty sure neighbor and friend. This lady, because she had breast cancer. She kicked it. Then she got a form of leukemia, kicked it, and now she's got breast cancer again. And each time it's some weird variant, like the breast cancer variant that she gets is typically occurs only in African American women. She's not African American. The leukemia that she had was really weird. So yeah, I hope to get that done for her. Actually, she's going to her and a friend of hers went to see Kelly Clarkson before in Vegas, and she's going again in November, like shortly after I get back from the cruise. So I'm going to have her dogs. Maybe I could introduce you guys. If she's gone over a Sunday, I can introduce you to Brilly and Rudy, Sammy's friends. So maybe I can have it done and I can have it laying out on her table or something for when she wants. So when she gets home. For me, it's more related to wanting to, but not having time, so I can't relax and get into it. Yeah, I don't know that. I feel that. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't always feel like a chore. That being says, it's one is trying to keep up with different events, trying to meet certain completion goals. Yeah, yeah, maybe not burnout, but I've done a lot recently. It's a big sports season and a distraction for right now. Okay. Um, a new one you just had to have, etc. Now, I'm not saying this is you, Rich. I just know I observed many others. Well, you would know because you see a lot of folks coming through with the diamond painting stuff. Carol says, Rich, you need to pick me up. I think the cruise would do you a world of good and you'll be out of your funk. I agree, Carol. It's been 2 years since I've been on a cruise. And really, other than GLE and Lone Star, 2 years since I've had a vacation, like not a staycation. And so I think that'll do me good. I do want to take a diamond painting on the cruise, but now I'm wondering, maybe I need to not and like miss it for a week. Yeah. Sparkles, I'm waiting for my witch from DAE. For your like the Halloween witch or the Christmas witch. I hope it's not a Halloween witch that you ordered and been waiting for a long time. I thought they were all in, but let's see. They have 2mm drills, even smaller than that. Great detail. She said it's a bit fiddly and hard to see. Okay. Aria, I do remember seeing something about that. What brand is that? Is it Diamond Dots? Is that who does the masterpiece ones or whatever that have the small drills? I would like to try that. Eve says she's looking forward to my temperature chart from Diamond Art Studio UK. Speaking of diamond or temperature charts, I am behind, but look at how colorful it got. I love this. Absolutely love this. So you see in January, February was sort of murky, a lot of gray and stuff like that. But then look how when it got hot, how colorful it is. So I have to add September. This is August. I finished through August, so I have to add September. So I have to get that done this week. So that'll give me something a little different too. Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out. Like I don't know. I've seen that temperature chart they've done, and I don't mind it, but I'm sort of like, do I want? It's sort of similar to what I did. So I found one. Maybe I can pull it up here. I found one that I think I want to do because I want to do one that isn't necessarily things that track the temperature, but rather like an entire image that tracks the temperature. And maybe if I show you this, it'll make sense. If I can find it. Here it is. This is what I'm thinking of. So this is a cross stitch. So it's a conversion again, but so it's like something like January, February, March, and then all of these are months too. And I think it would turn out really interesting with the different colors and stuff like that. And I think part of the challenge of to doing this, like I know they probably have these colors pre-charted that you could use. I think I want to do something different. I think I want to maybe do all blues or something. I don't know. Blues and something else. Maybe greens, but I don't know. I want to do something. So I think part of the fun will be coming up with the color scheme. So I'm thinking of doing this. And like I said, that's a cross stitch conversion. So I'll have to figure out, get myself a canvas and stuff like that. But Eve says, I think I'm going to hold off trying to do so many events. Going away kind of slowed my roll with that. It's good for me. Yeah, I was going to swear off events for the rest of the year. But then got into Witch, and then I wanted to do the cat fedora event. I even have a cat fedora hanging back there, which I sort of want to start too because it's different. But I just didn't have the time to do that. So maybe I don't think I'm going to do the events much. Although I'm thinking of some events to maybe host next year, and whether it's an event or just a DP along. And I hope they're fun. Stay tuned. Diamond Dots. Thank you, Matt. Okay. Have been in the Master Hub, but not worth the money. No crap. I bought one of those because I saw like Lindsay and Katie showing one. I thought, oh, that's so cool. I want to do the dots. I want to do the small dots. I ended up giving it away. Jeanette said, I'm working on the Gemini twins from Kristen S. Block and Diamond Art Emporium. I'm on the last 4x5 section. Excellent. I'm going to check those out as well, says Artemis. Get them done, says Kristen. Go for it. The small drill canvases were diamond dots. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Look, love. It's your drink plans for the cruise. No doubt. Absolutely. Robin says, you want me make me want to do a temperature chart. It looks amazing. Well, get one and we can go through it together. I've been doing little updates I've been trying to do the updates on the temperature chart that I'm working on. I'm just a little behind. I think I'm suffering from extreme burnout in general. Hubby and I have never been on vacation together before. Hopefully it'll give you a refresh and do you some good. You need to get out. You need to get out, girl, even if it's for a weekend. I definitely think that you just need to recharge, a change your scenery. Where'd you get that one? This is on Etsy. I haven't purchased it yet, but the chart is like $10. It's going to be the drills and the canvas, obviously. Christie's Corner Needle. I'll put the name here in the chat. Christie's Corner Needle on Etsy, and it's all one word, it seems to be. So she had a couple others that I was looking at as well. Let's see. She has books, much like the bottles that I have. She also had birds, like birds sitting on telephone wires. I thought that was sort of fun and maybe a little different. Oh, this was the other one. I sort of want to do this one, but I think I'll do this one next year, like the year after, because I really want to try an image. But okay, kids of the 80s, can you not just hear? Can you not hear this one? Dun, 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 I want to do this one. So maybe not 2026, maybe 2027. Or maybe, there's other things that you can, there's other things besides a temperature chart that you can do. You can like chart your mood. You can chart your reading progress. You can, anything like that you can chart. So maybe I do a second one, but this one I was just like, oh, I want to do this one. But again, since it's individual things, even though it's each alien is 2 days, but still it's things as opposed to like an image. So I want to try the image this year. Let's see. I love your temperature pair. Thank you, Jeanette. I do like that compared to some other patterns I've seen, says Artemis. Yes, I know. Like, I don't know if you've seen the dragon that Katie did last year. And she wasn't super excited how it turned out. She was thinking of actually doing it again for next year with like different colors and stuff. But it seemed to me there wasn't enough distinction between the days and stuff like that. It was too compact, I think. So that's why I sort of like that peacock. Let's see, is that a crystal peacock? No, well, it can be whatever I want it to be, really. It's giving turkey. Oh, it's a peacock. Come on. Similar to Katie did her least favorite kid ever. Yep. Yeah, she did. Yeah, that's what I just said. Have you considered a DP along for the Diamond Art Studio UK temp chart? I have not. I have not, but I could. Chris is going to do a special temperature chart, aren't you, Chris? Ooh, I want to hear about that. Sparkleless is perfect for temperature chart. Do tell Christopher out there. Yes, inquiring minds want to know. I'm going to do a chart how many sections of diamond painting I do each day. That's a good one, Osbear. That's a really good one. That's an idea. Lots of arcade games can be assigned. Artie, what do you mean special? Don't get out. No, don't play this game, Christopher. You know what she's talking about. Divulge. I could create a scale to determine how infuriated I am by the political climate each day. That would be a lot of red and a lot of black when you just pass out, when you black out. And I say that just because I know Eve's political. I'm not making commentary on political. I'm just saying I know Eve's political climate. So how many shades of red? Yeah, solid red canvas. Yeah, so let's see. What else? I think that's it. All that I really had to talk about, but I'm definitely going to go look into bourbon now. I want to look into those diamond dots. And I think I'm going to kit up this Mountains of Strength. Oh, I did get something. So I got those new tray bricks, the blue tray bricks. They're down there, but this one is sitting right here. I got these sticker shields, label shields or something. So these are, what is it? It's like it's like plastic, like something that you put your label on, like this, and then it's supposed to peel off really easy. And normally, like I've been using washi tape, like that's been my got washi tape behind it, because one of my pet peeves is stuff that stays on the trays, and Goo Gone makes a bigger mess in my opinion. So I'm really excited to try these. I have which one is this? This is my Christmas one that I have from the one from Captured by Radiance that I did an unboxing for Closed Christmas. So I'm curious to see how that works. I have half of it in those things, but they have they're from You Uplifted Crafts on Etsy, and they have ones to fit Forever Young and Elizabeth Ward. And when I asked her, I says, well, the Elizabeth Ward ones looked like they may fit on a tray brick. She goes, oh, I have tray bricks. Didn't I list them out there? I'm like, no. So she went out and listed them. So yeah, I hate residue. It's my pet peeve. Like I would be more comfortable throwing the thing out, but that's just not sustainable, right? If I'm, it's like, you've been wanting to try those. So You Uplifted Crafts, and she's very nice. But go check her out on Etsy. Cheryl says, Rich, I have to thank you for turning me into a tray bricks and Chris's craft corner for the tray holders. I have 4 towers currently for 20 trays each. They're amazing. Thank you. They really are. They really are. I think Eve too has been testing out tray bricks, and it really does speed you up. And I know Katie did a video one time of she did something like kitting up in trays versus pouring and everything. It really does, especially when it comes down to the finishing the last open bits and you've missed some, so you're just pulling out one, you're not unscrewing and trying to fish around for one. The what I've been using in conjunction with my tray bricks that I love so very much is my confetti tower. Which I have 20 large tray bricks. Then I have this for, I think this is what, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 1, yep, 60 colors. There's like 80 or 90 colors in this thing. Plus then I have another, this is the larger drawers. So this is like the double size of those smaller confetti drawers. I have this, and I'm really liking that. These are a little bit smaller than the smallest tray bricks, but I like it because it's super compact. And quite honestly, I just don't have enough tray bricks to kit up everything that I want, right? I already have, what's over here? No, this is closed Christmas. What is this? Oh, this is, no, that's not, what is this? I don't even know what the hell these colors are. Something else that I've been working on. Oh, maybe that's this. Yeah, I have this in tray bricks. 20, 30, 25 large, and then 20 smalls. So does the flip top lid bother anybody? I'd like to try a tray setup, but nothing seems ideal to me. Okay, so let me tell you. Interesting that you should ask that. Because when I first tried tray bricks, I hated the lid. It was in my way. And to be honest, like when you get down to the end of your drills, like there's a lot in that one. When you get down to the end of your drills, it is in your way a little bit. Because, you can sort of see there, like you're at the end, right? And it's sort of in your way, but it's not too bad because I just tap, 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 and then they come out and I'm able to use them. I hated the lids so much that I destashed them. And coincidentally, that's how I met Carissa, because she reached out and asked me if I still had them because she wanted to make her towers and she wanted to have them to test. But I had gotten rid of them already. So then I went back to them again to try them. After I tried Ever Young, so Ever Young is good, but they're taller, but they hold a lot more. But they're a lot taller, so I kept knocking into them. So I've really gotten on to the tray bricks train, and then this confetti tower thing I've had for a while, but I've been looking for, because you have to have something super confetti heavy, and the Earth Magic Witch is definitely that. Here's another one. This is from November Diamond Paints. On she has a website, and I'll link her to her Etsy store. And the key with these are, my tip, and I think I've said this before, is get ones with magnets, because look at, it's not falling out. And she just started doing magnets. This is from a guy in Germany. I have them all linked in the video descriptions. But this was a new one that I'm looking to try. But these are, I didn't realize how much smaller these are. So here's the one I've been using. Look at this other one. It fits, like literally fits in this one. So you have to have something super confetti heavy. And then what I do, if I happen to come to a section that is like a color blocking section, I just have a tray, a standby tray that I dump them into, line them up, color block, and then put them back into the confetti stand. But these have come in absolutely super, super helpful with heavy confetti. So I really do like the tray bricks. I've gotten over the lids, to be honest. I have large tray brick towers from Bella for the large and AJ Custom for the small. Okay. I also tried who was this? Creations Moran, I think. Yes. So I have Creations Moran. I have a large and a small because I wanted to try. I don't like them as well as Chris's. I'm sorry. To me, like Carissa's, I can pull this out. I can put it right back in. It's not a problem. This one going back in, it's like it's just a smidge too small to like readily accept the tray. You really have to hit it just right for it to go in. So I do like Carissa's because there's a little bit more play there that you can get them in and out really quick. Carissa's holders that hold each container separately are fabulous. Yes, and she also has ones for the DAC, the new DAC trays, as well as the Evermoment too. Seems like a spilling issue to me, like the green boats almost seems like they designed them to flip. I have not had that problem. Cheryl says, yikes, that's small. It is small, but I'm looking forward to it. Are tray bricks good being drop kicked? Yes. Yeah, these are solid. Because with the tray bricks, here's my tip with the tray bricks. I think I said this one before. So I think it was Doretta that said, you should tell Carissa to do that. So what I did with Carissa's things, but this could work for any tower holder, is I got some magnetic tape. So this is magnetic tape. It's literally a magnet. It's sticky on one side. And I cut little pieces and then I stuck them together on the magnet side so that it's sticky against the tray and it's sticky out. And then I put them into the tower and I pressed just a little bit so that the other magnet sticks there. It holds them in beautifully, because I did dump one of them and when I first started using them, but they did not open. So yeah, those are the lids are good. The lids are hard to open a few times when I've used the opposite end of the tweezers. Yep. Or that was it Kevin's DP pens or something? He's got a little tool you can use. Matt, good to know. I may have to try a small set first for a low color. Yep. Try it out and see. Carol, where do you get the tray bricks? They are from Cateared. I'll type it in here. That's the name of the company, Cateared. And they have a website. They're also on Etsy. Usually the website, the pricing is a little bit better. Plus they have a better selection because they have purple ones. These are the original. And then they have these blue, like sort of, it's a light blue and then it's sparkly a little bit. But then they have, I have to show you these dark blue. I even got, this is the case. So they sell this case and it holds a lot. So I was thinking of maybe, I think I have enough to kit up the Mountain of Strength thing into these. Look at these. Black lid, but then look at that. Oh, they're so pretty. But this holds 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20. So 20, 40, 60. And then if you had the smaller ones, you could line them up a little bit differently as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to kit up into this if I have enough. How many colors? 88. I don't have enough. Maybe I can get, I have small ones. Maybe I'll get out some small ones and do that. So Melanie, the static was horrible in the old ones. Supposedly they did something to make them less staticky. However they did that, it works. And plus it's going to give me an opportunity if I do run across, I've done the nail thing, the nail pad and the dryer sheets, but I'm looking for static at this point because I want to try out Mary Mudd's anti-static sheets. I'm jonesing for some static. If someone has static, please send me your drills. Eve has one of those cases too. Mel, I think that they did do something. I don't know what it is. It is a pretty tray. Wait, where is that case from? It is from Cateared. They sell that. I think it's, so they have a tan one, and I think that one is on Etsy. But the black one, I think, was only on their website. And it's the prices, like I said, the sales are usually better on the website, but it's the same shipping from Etsy. It comes from China. But they have diamond paintings as well. Which also, by the way, did you know Picmondu, the pen that Tima, the e-pen that Tima raves about? So I've been trying that out. Okay, been trying that out. This is a German company, and Germans, Schneider, German, they do good things, but they have diamond paintings as well, and they are available on Amazon. So I was thinking of picking up one of those to try it out, but yeah. Let's see. I haven't had any static problems, but you can use dryer sheet. Yep. Thank you, Shay. I got the Merrimud scented dryer type sheets as well. Yes, I want to use those so stinking bad, because if they work, I am going to go over to Mary's house, because she lives not too far from me, and give her a big old bear hug for sure. Yes, the e-pen is fantastic. And speaking of pens, look at what I just got back. I bought this a while ago from Donna Bass, and something happened to the resin that it started flaking off. So she fixed it for me. But look at this pen. Look at this geode pen in this wood. Like, isn't that amazing? I mean, just look at that. And this is one of the more plain ones, because she has ones with butterflies and stuff like that, and I didn't want that. Now, I will say it's a little fussy. Like, I don't like the way it feels in my hand. So it just sits up on my shelf here for me to look at, because it's absolutely, absolutely beautiful. But anyway, Cateared needs to make you affiliate rich. Well, Eve, now that you say that, down in the description of the video, I have an affiliate code. And I believe, I forget exactly what it saves you, but it does give you a little discount. I think I may make a little commission, but I don't know that I will use the discount. I like the quality of the GP. I tried, but I didn't see the artist listed. Got no response when I emailed. There's another one, figured, but then apostrophe D art. It's a French company, but I think they're from Quebec, but still French. They have some artists listed, but then some didn't. So I emailed them and I never heard back from them. So I said, okay, forget you. I'm not gonna try it. But yeah, I love this pen. This is absolutely amazing. Check out her. She drops pens on Thursdays in her group, and every once in a while she has like one of these geodes or something very different out there. Yeah, they're great. They're great pens, and she is fantastic to work with. Richard, but tell Chris you referred me. Okay. I don't know that I have. Well, I'll check the link down there. And one is not necessarily one, which peed me off. One is not necessarily one, which peed me off. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like you're mad. She did. She was beside herself. She's like, I don't know what happened. She goes, did you do this? Did you do that? I'm like, no. It literally, like, I tried to use it, but this bugs me, my hand. So it literally was sitting in a drawer. Wasn't in sunlight, was anything. She goes, it must have just been a bad batch of resin. So she stripped everything down and then put new resin on it. And then she even redid part of the geode crystals. Like a little chunk had come off, and I put super glue on it. And I told her, I said, I super glued it. Would that cause a problem? She goes, no. She even redid the geode as well. So yeah. All right, so I've had you for an hour and a half. I turned on the light behind you. No, you know what? I have the stupidest smart lights ever. and they're hooked up to Alexa, and they never work when I want them to, and they drive me crazy. So I don't know why that came on. It's not a timer. I turned it off right before I came on because it looked better without it. So I don't know what it's doing, but whatever. Oh, for the legend, and one is not actually one. Okay, yeah, that is a little annoying. So it's trying to bait one for us. Wood joke. Wood pen. It's a big pen. There we go. Rich SOD 10. Speaking of diamonds, SOD 10 for 10% off at Cateared. Thank you, Shay. Wow, you're being a buddy today. That's so nice. All right. So, Artemis says, thank you for the live. Yes, I've had you for an hour and a half. So, Crashly, 6 o'clock. I believe they're still going live. Crash, are you here? I believe that she's still going live. They had the auction yesterday, but I'm assuming they want to talk about some new releases and stuff like that. So let's all go over and check out Crashly. If you're watching on replay, please hashtag replay and let me know that you're here. Please, everybody, hit that thumbs up on your way out. I will see you next week, and it will be week countdown to the cruise. And I found some cruise trivia. So maybe we'll have a cruise trivia night or something like that. Who knows? But yes, thank you, everybody. I will talk to you again next week or throughout the week in the new videos that I drop. Thanks for tuning in. See you over at Crashly's. Bye-bye.